That's way to be
Great.
there. I don't know which one you're using for what you submit.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe.
Laura, hello. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you again.
How's everything going for you?
I think all right. Taking some courses. And
Yeah.
kind of liking it.
Great.
So,
You're taking a couple of art courses
Some
here
art
at Front
courses.
Range, right?
yeah, I kind of want to expand. I just need a little bit to know a little bit more about art and some
Right.
things that I'm not doing myself now that I can learn from.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and you recently had a party at your house with your art, right? How
Yeah.
did that go?
that was fun. I've been doing bead embroidery work, and I guess it's been interesting over the last year. I've kind of learned, you may think you know who your audience is, and then they come and it's like they're buying things that are more for gifts or things like that. And I hadn't really thought of that. That's a lot of it. But so you think you're prepared with what people might like, and then it goes a whole new direction. But
Yeah.
fortunately, had a broad amount of things that it worked. So
Well,
it's
I
fun.
bet you were pretty perceptive and you were able to change gears quickly.
Yeah, I think so. I've kind of learned from some other women who are doing this on what to do and how to do pricing and things like that. So I think that's helped a lot.
Uh-huh. Well, there seems to be an entrepreneurial side to you, too.
Yeah, that's a first for me. So that kind of surprised me about myself.
Well, as adult learners and as we continue to evolve on the planet, we have a lot of experiences and they tend to mold and shape us as we go. So maybe that entrepreneurial side will come out in the shape of perhaps you're having your own consulting business at some time.
Never know.
Well, it's also very interesting to see the results of your tests as we took the strong inventory, the values, and the ONET profiler, and how those three tests essentially all duplicated each other with your strengths in art, being an artist, your artistic skills, your creativity, your counseling skills, your strength in interpersonal relationships, and your interest in helping other people. They all seem to flower for you at this point in your life.
Oh, I'm glad that showed that.
Oh, it did. It's truly a reflection of who you are. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I think so. May not have reflected on that so much before, but it did kind of bring that to light.
Uh-huh.
I can see that now.
Well, it sounds like the art therapy program is a good next step for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that kind of ties in with nursing because that's taking
Right.
care of others. And so I think it could be a good fit.
Good. Well, let's take the next 15 minutes or so to really look at some options for you.
Okay.
I've spent some time taking a look at some potential schools that offer art therapy programs. I've made some phone calls. I've reached out. I've looked at the possibilities of credit transfer and what some next steps might be.
Okay.
So those would be the goals for our session here today. Does that sound like it'd be okay for you?
Yeah, sounds excellent.
Okay, great. Before we go further, your little dog. Before we go further, I just want to do a quick reflective exercise with you. When we first started talking, you had mentioned, and this is a central part of your life, that you had a long career and successful career in nursing. And you left nursing for a couple of reasons. And can you just share with me again?
Yeah. Do I need to stop?
No, it's okay.
Well, I think the main thing is with nursing, the Hippocratic Oath is first do no harm. And then you continue that with the nurse oath, which is very much like that. But it's also making sure that you're taking care of the patient and, the ethics of it. And I think what really got to me is the patient care of the nurse to patient ratio in Colorado is 1 to 5. So one nurse for every 5 patients. And from time to time you need to take more. I mean,
Right.
that's just the way life is. You'll get an extra patient that comes in. But what I was finding is instead of that 1 to 5, I was getting into 6 to 8 pretty regularly. And it gets hard to do then to feel like you're really giving good care because you're really getting scattered. And then, that extra patient comes in the midday and,
Right.
It's a lot to do to take to do a very good assessment when someone comes in as an admission that can take almost an hour of doing extra things for that patient. So that just became very stressful. And the other thing that we had that probably triggered that is we had a computerized system that we had to learn, and I didn't have any trouble with that. I like that. I support that. But what I have found, not only in myself, but in my patient colleagues, was that you're looking at that computer more than you're looking at the patient.
I noticed that in doctor's visits now. Yeah, right.
And that really bothered me, because really the assessment is all about looking at your patient, touching your patient, and it kind of gets you away from that.
Right.
And it's just like our social media. You just get kind of glued to what you need to do there. And so those two things really frustrated me, and I think it's time to look for something else.
It sounds to me that experience, the robotics, the demand for tighter margins in healthcare, really was somewhat was not congruent with who you are as a person, with your values. Why do you think could you put a reason on why you left?
Well, I think that I just didn't feel I could give safe patient care every single day.
Safe patient care.
And, it wasn't like it was every single day, but it was just too often that was occurring. And I know hospitals have to be profitable, but, the other thing that comes to play is, maybe other staff are not as satisfied and they're calling in sick more. And then you try to get someone to come in to help, and that can be hard to find someone at the last minute to help.
As you've spent time reflecting on your time as a nurse, 'cause I know you put time and money and energy into not only your master's degree, but also time on the job. Do you feel that you've adequately processed that departure from nursing? Do you feel free to move on to another position?
Well, I think I have the desire to do that, and I think I have skills that I can do that.
Definitely.
So I think skills in like an art therapy they're very transferable from being a nurse.
Absolutely.
And it's helping people, and it's compassion for people, and I feel I still have a lot of years left to give back.
Absolutely.
And so, I don't want to just sit at home and do nothing. I want to give back to society.
Well, and your skills that you mentioned, even in what you just shared right now, was the assessment skill that you have. And that also showed up in your transferable skills worksheet. And again, you're very strong in verbal communications, and that's obvious right now with your clarity, how direct you are, and the give and take in our communication, your teaching and training of other nurses, and your counseling and your desire to help others. Unfortunately, that was the reason that you left that job, but hopefully moving forward, we can find a better fit for you.
I hope so too.
Great. I'm going to take some notes as we move forward.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Sure.
Because I did take the notes from our last session, and that helped me prepare for our meeting today.
Okay.
Great. So the next, I'd like to talk to you about some work that I've done looking at a couple of schools that are available here in the Colorado area, that offer what I think are excellent art therapy master's degrees, if you decide to go that direction. So we'll spend the next couple of minutes looking at what those programs are, how you might move into those programs, and really what some of the action steps will be.
Okay.
And then we'll put together a short strategic plan for your next steps, hopefully to keep you on track as you move forward.
Okay.
Okay. So the first school that I saw was Naropa University, and they have an outstanding graduate program in counseling skills, and they recently started an art therapy program. They are renowned nationwide for the quality of their transpersonal psych programs, and that would definitely be an option for you. They're in Boulder, Colorado. It's about a 25-minute drive from here. They do have online classes. You had mentioned that you have some needs to be at home home occasionally, you have a family. So it's possible that you can take some online courses in conjunction with on-site. So
That
that's
would be a nice mix for me. I would like that.
yeah, and as I read their mission statement, I thought, oh my gosh, this really does sound like you. It says, we exist to cultivate compassion, creative, and critical engagement with an ever-changing world through the discipline of contemplative education. Doesn't that feel like a fit?
It does.
I don't want to lead you into anything,
No.
but one to compare would also be Regis University. And they have more of a traditional program. Naropa is more experimental and existential. And Regis is more traditional. Now that's a Jesuit university. And their mission statement is, we encourage our students to seek truth, live purposeful lives, and attempt to answer the question, how ought we to live?
Very nice.
And since your values are really coming into play so much, I thought that the mission statement of each of these would be something that you might want to consider, giving you the option of digging deeper to what they might have.
Well, I'm glad that you researched those, and interestingly enough, I was looking at Naroba the other day too. And well, I've worked in a Catholic hospital, so I had the Jesuit side of it, and I really appreciated that. And I'd like to share what they were always very mission focused. I mean, every meeting practically started with something about our mission.
Can you hold on just 1 second?
Yeah, has this gone off?
It better not, because we were really doing a good job.
Did it stop at the very beginning? I saw them both go off, but that was
You
after
did?
we'd been in for a while.
I wonder if I lost my hotspot.
Do you need to sign in on our network?
Yeah, I might have to. Let me see if I can stop this. I can't find my little trigger thing.
Darn.
Damn.
Well, I saw it go off, and I didn't know whether to, point or